We could endlessly debate why the North Korean leader disappeared for 20 days, whether or not he had surgery, whether it was a stunt for attention, or even a ploy to test loyalty. But the fact is, he is alive, and the world is watching as much as ever. And so what will Kim do with this opportunity? As ever, we have to search for clues rather than having the answer served up for us. And if anything, intelligence gathering has become harder this year because of the coronavirus pandemic and reduced access to sources in the north, evidenced by the inaccuracy of reporting as media outlets tried to figure out why Kim Jong-un missed such an important national celebration on April 15th and then remained absent. One clue pointing to what happens next can be found on April 14th. North Korea had already launched at least 9 missiles in March, making it the busiest month for such tests on record. And then on the eve of its April 15th Day of the Sun, which also fell on the same day as South Korea's general election, the North carried out its first cruise missile test since 2017. There have been other signs too of Pyongyang prioritizing its weapon capabilities. Kim Jong-un's reappearance at a fertilizer factory may have seemed confusing, but not only did state media celebrate this as another step towards self-reliance, but Bloomberg went so far as to say that Kim was reminding the world of the North's nuclear threat through this event. The logic being the factory's dual-use potential to increase production of both food and nuclear weapons. And then, just a day after reports of this factory visit emerged, we had news of North Korean gunfire at the inter-Korean border, striking a South Korean guard post and prompting warning shots in return. This may have been accidental, but it was a reminder of how tense things could become again, especially with the potential for more destructive force. A report for the Center for Strategic and International Studies pointed out this week that the North appears to be nearing completion of a ballistic missile facility with the capacity to test fire intercontinental ballistic missiles. So it's a fairly safe bet that North Korea has more weapon development planned for this year and possibly long-range tests. Consider the circumstances. The coronavirus pandemic has had an unprecedented impact that arguably weakens the threat of international retaliation against North Korean provocations, especially as China and Russia remain relatively close to Pyongyang. With Seoul-Washington ties looking pressured and South Korea-Japan relations remaining fractured, perhaps the North will see this as a good time to push its luck, to stay relevant through provocations, and see what it can achieve from the new normal in which global cooperation, including unity on sanctions against North Korea, is looking fragile. And while South Korea has been keen to push cooperation with the North, which might yet provide a more hopeful outlook, Seoul may be left with few options, depending on what further surprises Pyongyang has in store in an already dramatic 2020.